Longtime Austinites will remember him from just his first name, Leslie. The flamboyant fixture of South Congress in downtown embodied Austin's weird from the mid-90s until his death in 2002. And tomorrow marks 7 years since he died. It also marks the premiere of a documentary about Leslie Cochran, shot and edited over the course of more than a decade. Chris Davis joining us live downtown with a closer look at that. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, John. This was one of Leslie's spots. We're at 6th and Congress Street here. It was really hard to miss if you were coming by. He had long hair, a bushy beard. Chances are he was wearing a thong, feather boa, and or high heels. But these filmmakers want to show the side of Leslie that you didn't see.
It used to feel a little more like home and comfortable.
This is where Ruby Martin first met Leslie, here on South Congress.
It was so hard to tell because, everything was knocked down. I think it was right there.
She worked at a salon where he liked to hang out. Ruby says she's a visual person.
And he was visually very interesting, and I wanted to capture that. And along the way, started to tell his story.
If you walk with Leslie, you are walking with a movie star.
She started shooting video nearly 15 years ago, now compiled in the documentary Becoming Leslie.
At the time, we were calling it Have Thong Will Travel.
Tracy Frazier directed the doc. Everyone has a Leslie story, she says. They want to add context. Leslie dealt with a lot.
I want people to see.
I don't care what you want people to see. This is my private life.
His life was not easy, and the filmmakers don't want him to be just a caricature.
But it's important to remember that his spirit was something I think a lot of people really appreciated and kind of miss around here.
Being a character like that is just who you are.
Despite the changes that Austin has seen since Leslie's time, the message remains a constant.
Maybe take a pause before we judge someone else.
Behind someone that you might see as being different, there's a story.
The Becoming Leslie premieres tomorrow night at the Long Center in the Rollins Theater at 5:30. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Well, Leslie came to Austin in 1996. Years later, he ran for mayor twice. And 19 years ago, he came in second out of 4 of the mayoral candidates in that election. That year, he earned nearly 8% of the vote. He came in second. He ran again, though, in 2003, came in 5th out of 9 candidates with close to 2% of the vote. Leslie died on March 8th in 2012 from complications from a head injury. Later that year, then Mayor Lee Leffingwell proclaimed March 8th as Leslie Day. And to give you an idea of the following that he had here in town, days after his death, close to 200 people turned out for memorial service on the shores of Lady Bird Lake in downtown Austin. Now, I moved here to Austin after he had passed away, and I'm not claiming to be like one of these longtime Austinites who's like, oh, it was much cooler back then. But, but I do think like that's kind of when Austin truly was weird, and now it's kind of like
Less weird.
Weird's more of our brand, but we're not quite living it the way we used to.
Yeah,
if
we're
that makes any sense.
less weird.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a big city growing up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Little piece of the city that's gone now, though.
Yeah.